Alright guys, I was just out driving. We got a cylinder 4 Misfire. So on this BMW straight 6, you start cylinder 1 here at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this front two are 5 and 6. So let's just take a look here and see what we can find out. Check a couple coils while I'm in here just to make sure that it's not just the coil. Let's remove that spark plug and take a look at it. So there's the spark plug. Spark plug looks okay. So what I'm thinking, let's put it back in. Let's move the coil. Just do a little diagnosing this way. See if it follows the coil. Follows the coil, we know we have a bad coil. We're going to remove cylinder 5 spark plug just to compare. As you can see, it looks exactly the same. So, I'm thinking it might be the coil. Now granted, all the coils on this car were replaced at 55,000 miles due to a recall. And the car currently has 141,000 on it. So these coils don't have a lot of miles on them. Could try a couple things first before we swap out the coil over. We're going to put this back on its original one, number 4. Put a little dielectric grease in there to see if maybe there's a connection issue. So we go from the front, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go right here. I already have our coil pack out. We've already done the major loosening of this. We're going to pull this out. Here's where we are on the plug. The plug looks okay. So I'm wondering if we just had a connection issue with the coil. So let's put that back in. I'm also going to put some dielectric grease. Push the coil back in. Sink you down there. Look at a few things, make sure everything's okay. Now I guess what we can do is we can start it up and see if it misses still. Alright guys, just started it up. It idled perfect. Gonna button everything back up, take it for a ride around the block, make sure everything's okay that way, but really this time it was just a simple fix. One thing that I would always recommend is you could always swap two to see if the code will follow, but I always want to make sure first that it's just not a connection issue, because when the check engine light did come on, I was hard under throttle, so we could have just had a little bit of gas fouling on that plug. Maybe it might be some time for some new plugs on this, even though I replaced the plugs at 100,000 miles. The car has 142,000 on it now. It really shouldn't be time for plugs yet, but I did end up pulling cylinder 4, cylinder 3, and cylinder 2. Just took a look at all of those, and they all seemed fine. They all have the same amount of wear on them and everything, so I think we should be okay. I think it might have just been a connection issue there for a minute. So we're going to get it all buttoned up, take it for a ride around the block, and hopefully this takes care of everything. Alright guys, here we are. I just drove the car about 15 miles. No check engine light. So it looks like it was probably just a connection issue on that coil. Now, don't judge me too hard. Yes, I mistake the coils at first. I thought number 3 was number 4. But we figured it out. We fixed it in the video. You'll see it in there. So, again, simple, easy fix. I believe it was just a connection issue. Now, I could be wrong. It could be the precursor of something else going bad. But I believe it was just a connection issue because those coils don't have a lot of miles on them either, and neither do those plugs. Remember, guys, if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe. See you soon.